Now, coming right up, we have the Comedy Bureau. The Comedy Bureau has juried all the all the mics that you saw this week at the festival, and this is the Comedy Bureau's favorite seven. They are out of Los Angeles. Find them online. They've been doing it for 10 years plus. And what you're about to see right now are the Comedy Bureau All Stars. So take it away, Comedy Bureau All Stars.
Hi. Hi, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you have enjoyed the Las Vegas 420 Cannabis Comedy Festival. I think I said that all right in one go. As Rich was so nicely saying, I am the Comedy Bureau, and I have been secretly with my camera off and my mic off. Been watching all the
Snooping
shows. Yes, I have. Silently judging every one of you. And from that, I have handpicked seven fantastic comics to present a best of the fest, an all-star showcase, as a way to sort of put a nice little bow on this 420 that's lasted a whole week. We're celebrating 420 every day, right? Is that what we're doing?
Every day is 420 at Rich Chasler's house.
Yes, which is very ironic for me to have it, because one of the things I learned during quarantine is that I cannot get high. That was my cross to bear. It was a particularly terrible year for everybody. I know I'm not special in that, but I did get my heart broken for the very first time. And I almost died from not COVID. I got appendicitis in October. Yeah, and I drove myself to the ER because I do not trust my roommate. They're in the other room. And and then amidst all of that, I had like one of the last live shows I did. I had a swag bag of like weed and weed paraphernalia. And I don't normally partake, but being stuck in quarantine, it just was sitting on my desk. I'm like, what the hell? I should just try it. I should just try it. And I looked up how to smoke it, and I had to buy a grinder because the grinder was broken. And none of it, I smoked 5 different times, did not get high. There was weed infused cooking oil. I used recommended dosage and twice that. Still nothing, guys. And even though I died and I was given after I got my heart ripped out, I didn't feel like I wanted to live. That may be the worst thing, is that I THC did not affect me. Now I don't want to do dabs and have a panic attack, but maybe that's what I have to do. Maybe that's what I'll have to do. I don't know exactly what everybody and their quarantine situation was. I do have a roommate who I hope is not listening. It's not their fault that they're clinically depressed. It's not their fault that they have PTSD, and they have episodes. It is their fault that they do sing off key in gibberish all the time. Beep bop boop, beep bop bop bop, all day every day. I've had to deal with in court. Ironically, social distancing was supposed to be a big challenge for everybody. I was actually social distancing 3 to 5 miles at all times from my roommate for lockdown, and we actually got brought way closer to 6 feet when all of this happened. They just worked during the day and I would be out at night, and that worked out quite well for me. And then all of this happened and comedy went away. And it didn't go away. It went online, and like live in-person comedy, like just kind of took a little siesta. And but we're still going. We're still here. Yeah, anyways, I don't want to take any more time away from what I like to think is the best of the fest, the all-stars for this Las Vegas 420 Cannabis Comedy Festival. I'm just gonna keep saying that like 10 times fast. But they truly were enjoyable through watching I think like 9 hours of open mic stand up. I mean, I've done that before, but like I haven't done it in a while, and they really made it a joy. So I hope everybody is ready, and I want to say thank you to Rampley or Julie. Do you want to say anything? Do you want to mention anything? I mean, thank you to Julie and Rich.
Thanks to Jake, thanks to all the comics for being here on very short notice.
Mhm.
Maybe you had a feeling that you would be among the best. We're glad that you were available for the show, and we're really looking forward to the spring and to continuing to collaborate with the Comedy Bureau. Thanks, Jake.
Same here. Thank you so much, Julie and Rich. And also shout out to them for being an adorable
You're
couple that
welcome.
have stolen the spotlight from every show. It's been a joy seeing you guys like canoodle each other throughout. Hey, Rich. Good to see you. All right, so let us get this show on the road. First up, I particularly enjoyed, I enjoyed everybody's set that I picked. That's how this works. But our first comic is from Boston, semifinalist in the 2020 Boston Comedy Festival, and was truly a delight when I think, getting at a point of delirium and just so much stand up. Please give it up for Rachel Dunbar.
Woo! Rachel! Yeah.
Happy Black History Month, everybody. That's right. You heard me. I know it's not February, but guess what? I don't need some calendar, okay, to tell me when Black History Month is over, right? Especially not the white man's calendar. It's got Black History Month, the shortest month of the year. So anyway, in honor of Black History Month, I thought I'd share a few things with y'all, like my Venmo username. I'm not kidding. Get your phones out. I know you have the app. My username is Rachel-Dunbar-5. Let's go. I'm trying to get my reparations this year. If you don't have money for me, that's fine. I will accept large plots of land. Or a mule. Matter of fact, I don't care about the money. I don't care about the land. I just really want a mule. Yeah. I got things I got to transport. So I was recently mistaken for another Black female comic. This is something that happens to Black people a lot. Like white people will mix us up with one other Black person that they know. And so my question for white people is this, right? How do you keep mixing up your Black coworkers, but you like have enough space in your brain for like all of the dog breeds? Like how does that work? I made a group on Facebook just for Black comedians, and this white guy came to my post and he was like, well, why's it got to be for Black comedians? You wouldn't like it if I made a group just for white guys. And, the worst part about that interaction was his last name was like Jankowski or something like that. And I was like, wait, Jankowski? That's like Polish, right? Like, that's not even a top tier white. Like, it's one thing for someone to be racist to me, but for that person being racist to me to be like a second string white, like that's just embarrassing. So I am an out and proud pansexual woman. You're welcome. For those of you who don't know what that means, it's I'm basically bisexual but more specialer. It basically means I'm attracted to people all across the gender spectrum. It's very rewarding to be attracted to all of the people and have none of them like you back. It's a big problem in the queer community. Speaking of which, I've been thinking a lot about the people who made the gay community look bad recently. You know, like Ellen DeGeneres and Pete Buttigieg and Jeffrey Dahmer.
Mhm.
Because when Jeffrey Dahmer got caught, all the gays were like, "Damn it, Jeffrey, you were just supposed to eat the ass." And I know what some of you are thinking. You had no idea Jeffrey Dahmer was gay. That's okay. The police investigating his crimes had no idea either. When they found out that Dahmer was picking up his victims from gay bars, they were like, well, he just likes to go there for the music. You know? He just can't get enough Donna Summers. The police were so convinced of Jeffrey Dahmer's innocence that when one of his victims tried to escape, the police brought that guy back to Jeffrey Dahmer's house. And to the police, like, I get that you're so bad at your job that you have no idea something like murdery is happening, but like you see this like half naked drugged out kid with this older guy, like you have to at least know that something gay is going on, right? This is absolutely true. The police officer that brought Jeffrey Dahmer's victim back to him went on to become the president of the Milwaukee Police Union. So just imagine the collective bargaining agreement that guy pushed for, right? Like, okay, we want paid overtime. We want 5 vacation days a year. And every once in a while, we get to return a victim back to a serial killer. I don't know if this has ever happened to you, where you're just hanging out with your mom and she turns to you and she goes, "Hey, by the way, you're autistic. We just never told you." No, just me. I was like, this adds up because I love counting. I don't know where I fit on the autism spectrum. I just know I'm not smart enough to have Asperger's. But, at least I'm vaccinated, right? I tell people I'm autistic and they're like, well, have you tried cutting out gluten? Like, what is up? I feel like as a society, we have given gluten way too much power. Like, it makes you gain weight, it makes you tired, and it makes you obsessed with trains. Like, what is up with trains? I hate those people that are like, oh, you shouldn't say autistic person, it's person with autism, right? Because first of all, I've never heard anyone with autism actually say this, right? And second of all, the people who say this, they don't care about autistic people. They just want to prove to everyone how woke they are, So I just want to say, like you're a shitty person. I'm sorry, you're a person with shittiness.
Oh.
You're just high functioning on the shit spectrum. So I'm adopted. My parents are white, and my siblings are adopted as well. So I'm Black, my sister's Indian, my brother is Vietnamese, and our parents are white. So when we go out together, we don't look like a family, we look like a focus group. We listen to a lot of white music in our house, as you can imagine. Like a lot of Fleetwood Mac. That's a white band. I didn't listen to music by Black artists for a really long time until I started making friends with other Black kids in high school. And this one time we were all hanging out and we were listening to music and we were listening to Stevie Nicks' The Edge of 17. And so, we're all singing along and whatever. And turns out it wasn't The Edge of 17 we were listening to. It was Destiny Child's Bootylicious, which just samples The Edge of 17. So while everyone else is going, Kelly, can you handle this? Michelle, can you handle this? Beyonce, can you handle this? I'm going, just like the wild wind sings the song, sounds like she's singing. All right, thank you, Rachel Dunbar. That's my time.
Woo! Woo! Thank you so much, Rachel. Keep it going for Rachel Dunbar, everybody.
Yes.
Woo, Rachel.
I feel your adopted transracial pain as I am adopted and half transracial as well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I have a white dad that listens to K-pop, and that is, he voted for Trump, and he is a nonsense character. He does not make any sense. Anyways, we are going to keep this lovely all-star showcase moving. Our very next comic coming to the stage here at the Las Vegas 420 Comedy or Cannabis Comedy Festival, killed it on Setlist, which is very, very hard to do. Is a TV performer and writer who recently had an essay published in the LA Times, performs all over her house, San Diego. And right here, right now, give it up for Jennifer Valley, everybody.
Yeah.
Wow, Jennifer Valley's here, everybody. Woo!
Woo.
Yeah, I'm at my home, and this is day 403 of being in quarantine. That's right, day 403. I've learned a lot during this 403 days. I've done like 100 Zoom shows, and what I've learned most importantly is this is about as close as I can get to the camera and still look fuckable. I get any closer, people are like, back up, oldie Han. I've also, I've kind of learned a new, new job, and that's lighting. I got ring lights, I got fill lights over here, I got lights coming up. Yeah, and all to look like 5 minutes younger. How's it working? Yeah, and it's taken 403 days and 25 years after I had my last kid, and I finally have developed childbearing hips. What? Yummy. It's kettle chips. I love them so much. They're crunchy. Who's with me?
Yes.
I can't stop eating the kettle chips. And I got to be honest, my self-care has really been like in the shitter. Because who gives a shit? I'm here by myself with a couple of cats. So the other day, I did finally have to do some self-care. Didn't want to, had to. I had to trim my pubic hair because I pooped on it going up the stairs. What? That's too long.
Oh,
That's a long ass hair. I had to take the scissors to him, choppy. The one good thing though is I've been working from home. Has anybody else been working from home? I guess it's cool. I mean, you don't have to drive anywhere, but you're working from home. Here's the worst part about working from home. Clap if you agree. You can't steal shit from the office supply cabinet. What? Has anybody ever bought a Post-it in their life ever? No. No one's bought a Post-it. Oh, what about this? Look at this. Yeah. See this right here? I got this from the office supply cabinet, brought it home. I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do with it. When I go back to the office, I'll take it back, put it back. Someone else will take it home. This right here, this is like the fruit cake of office supplies. It's correction tape. Who the fuck is using correction tape? I say no one. The fuck are you correcting? I turned my own timer on. Oh, what am I doing? Okay. So another thing I've been doing during this quarantine, I've been spending a lot of time on social media. Anybody else? I'm like, I'm alone. I'm catching up, trying to see if I can see what people are doing that were in my past. So I checked up on the guy I went to the prom with. His name is Warren Goodrow. And he wasn't really my boyfriend. It was just a guy I used to get high with. Because my boyfriend had already graduated and he wouldn't come back to take me to the prom because he's a fucking punk. But anyway, so Warren took me, and here's a picture of him. If they do a close up, I'll show you. highlight me. Let's see. There's Warren. I don't know if you can see. He's got long red hair. That's a light blue tux. That's me. Yeah. So hooked up with Warren, on the Facebook. What's up, Warren? And he's a right-wing conspiracy theorist. What? Has anybody else had this? You have a friend, they were cool, and then all of a sudden, what? He's an anti-vaxxer. I said, Warren, why? Why are you an anti-vaxxer? I don't know what's in that shit. I'm not putting that in my body. Okay, I showed you the picture of Warren, right? 2 hours after this picture was taken, he was drooling on the boat ride because he took some cannabinol. That's horse tranquilizer. He doesn't want to be out of control. Out of control was your MO in high school. Christ. The guy was snorting cocaine off a toilet seat. He doesn't want to take a vaccine. Weirdo. Okay, so anyway, this is a 420 show, so I might as well talk about weed, right? Yeah, I smoke weed. Woo! Yeah, I've probably been smoking weed longer than most of you people. You're so lucky these days. Oh my God, you just go to the dispensary, you can get your, your flour, your edibles, your dabs, your juice, your butter, you get all that shit. In my day, if you wanted to buy weed, you had to go to a dude's apartment and pet an iguana. Every weed dealer had some fucking critter. I don't know why. That was just I had a weed dealer that had like an Oscar fish. I don't even know if you know what that is. And then next to it, he had a tank of goldfish, and you'd have to take a goldfish from the one tank and feed the Oscar fish before you get it. Dude, snappy. I got kids in the car. Give me my dime bag. Fucking Jack Hanna in here. Give me my, Jesus. So yeah, I got kids, okay? I got 2 kids. I've used my uterus. Thank you, applause. Thank you, uterus user. I have 2 kids, 1 of each. What the fuck's that mean? Okay, I'll tell you. I got 1 straight daughter and 1 gay daughter. Woo! Clap if you got a gay daughter or know someone gay. I guess that was Rachel. And hey, if you're not clapping, go home. Look in your closet. You have an aunt in there that has a plaid shirt, a boy's regular haircut, and she fosters dogs. Let her out. She's let her out and let her be free with her dogs and her girlfriend. Okay, so yeah, my daughter came out and she told me that her sexuality is fluid, because that's what all the kids are now, all their sexuality is fluid. My daughter told me her sexuality is fluid. Not so fluid. Her bank account, what? That's why she still lives at home. It's like, go get a job or a U-Haul. I don't know, get one of them. And my daughter's like a lazy lesbian. Okay, lazy lesbian. College roommate. What? They shared a bedroom. It's like, girlfriend, go out, open the door, go on the quad. There's other people out there. Whatever, just go with the first thing. That's so much easier. I wish it was that easy for me. It's not. There's fucking rules for ladies here in LA. Here's horrible fucking things. This is like a woman my age, very difficult to find a man. Here's one. I don't know if you other ladies have heard this, but in LA, the perfect age woman for a man in LA is half his age plus 7 years. Anybody heard this bullshit? Like a 60-year-old dude, the perfect age woman, half 30 plus 7, 37, blah, blah. That's bullshit. Why do I want to date a dead guy? So ladies, I've got something for us. This is for us. From now on, let's only date guys that are half our IQ plus 7 points. You know what I'm saying? Like my IQ is 140 as far as you know. Winky, winky. So half that is 70 plus 7, 77. That's kind of borderline. You know what I mean? That's like not the small bust, but definitely not gifted and talented. I like my guys smart enough to follow orders, but dumb enough not to question them. Like the American military. What? I got political. Why? Why did I have to ruin it and get political at the end? That's just me. So anyway, I'm gonna go, but before I do, I believe, unlike Warren, I believe in the vaccine. I'm half vaxxed. I'm getting my second one on Tuesday. But for all you guys out there that want to hit this old broad, if you don't get the prick, I don't want to see your dick. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Yay.
Jennifer, everybody. Thank you so much. I will affirm you in your claim that no one buys a Post-it note. I did buy probably 10 packs of Post-it notes only for a surreal short film I made in film school that no one will ever see. That is the only reason that anybody has bought a Post-it note. Also, my sister is gay, and she voted for Trump, and that was she's also an immigrant and Asian. So this world doesn't make sense, guys. Make sense. On to our next comic in this all-star showcase. He is a rampantly favorite, LA-based. You've seen him on Last Comic Standing and coming to the stage. And allegedly, you might have seen him allegedly do a bit where he allegedly was high and allegedly was driving at night with his roof light on. Allegedly. He's so funny. Please give it up for Martin Morrow.
Hello, yes. The bad boy of Rampantly is here, everybody. I gotta say, first off, I love this background because it makes my shirt look calm by comparison. So, like right now, I feel like, especially with this chain, I feel like I'm dressed like the dude who sold you the drugs that made you make this. Like whatever pieced together for this, that's where it happened. So earlier Jake mentioned that he had a bad breakup recently and had his heart broken. I also recently had a bad breakup about 5 years ago, and I don't know if this has ever happened to anyone else, but have you ever had a breakup so bad you thought about buying a snake? Like that's where it went, where I was like picking out snakes and shit, like, yeah, I'm gonna get a boa constrictor. They're easy to handle. And then I realized like, I couldn't be a black dude with a snake. Like that's just too much. Like you have to invest in a top hat, you have to get a soul patch and nothing else, like weird dreads. I was like, I can't do all that. I'm not ready for that life. But it's true. I think a lot of breakups, they affect you mentally. I ended up getting diagnosed with depression, anxiety, and PTSD. And it was the first time that I felt like I was culturally appropriating white people, right? Like I felt so bad. I was just like taking your shit. Just like, that's the thing. Like white people get depressed at the drop of a hat. You guys are just like, oh, the seasons are changed. I'm sad. Like that's just how they function. And another issue was like I realized that with depression I could never time travel. I know there's a lot of other reasons I probably could never time travel, but this one in particular really bothered me because like if I go to the late 1800s, my problems by comparison would just seem so lesser than, right? Like I can't go back there and be like, oh, what's up, Mr. Slave? I'm real sad right now, just going through a bad breakup. Oh, you had a bad breakup, huh? They sold my family. Like, all right, touche, sir, touche. Very good point. I'll return now. My therapist recommended that I get a dog, so I did that. I got a sweet little pit mix dog, a little rescue dog. Or did she rescue me? No, I did it. It was very expensive. She broke my leg, so I'm a hero, not her. The issue with getting a dog, right, to cure my mental illness was that I found out my sweet little rescue dog also has depression, anxiety, and PTSD. What? You know how weird it is to walk around my apartment going, what's wrong now? Like, she doesn't do anything. You just lay around. You should be happy. I have to work, okay? Oh, I don't know where my puppies are. Okay. I don't know. I'm roasting my dog. She doesn't know words. But yeah, man, I find a lot of my issues come from the fact that like I sound like this, and a lot of people just don't Like if you closed your eyes right now, you wouldn't say, yeah, that's a black guy. Like that's not something that would happen, which is fine. But the only times it really has become an issue is recently I had some of my black friends tell me that they don't feel comfortable with me saying nigga anymore. And that hurt. That hurt so bad. Like, I don't know if you, like, that was one of my favorite words, and which is probably part of the problem. And they said they didn't feel comfortable with me saying it anymore. They were like, yeah, man, it just doesn't sound natural coming from you. Try it with a UH. Can you do it with a UH? And I was like, nigga. They're like, why'd you sing it? I was like, I don't know. That's just how it sounded when you told me to with the UH. And so then on top of that, they were like, all right, you are now demoted to buddy. I got demoted to saying, like, I can't say nigga. I have to say buddy now. That's where I'm at, which sucks for me. But like, when you think about it, buddy is the white man's nigga. Like, that's just what it, because it fits in every single scope of the same, like, meaning of the word, right? Like, if you're happy with someone, yo, that's my buddy. What's up, my nigga? Like, it just works in both ways. Or if you're like angry, yo, I'm gonna fuck that nigga up. Hey, you watch it, buddy. Like, it functions in every degree. And like, a lot of my white friends will say, well, Martin, what if I'm like singing along to my favorite rap song? Why can't I say the N-word then? It's like, you don't need to, because you have buddy, right? Like, it just, again, it fits. Fuck them other buddies because I'm down for my buddies. It works every time, you guys. It just does. Jacob, thank you, person. Or B, who knows? Jake also mentioned I was on Last Comic Standing, which is true. Thank you guys very much. I was eliminated in the first round, baby. Yeah, gone from Last Comic Standing to best of the virtual fest here for the Rampantly, www.rampantly.la/Catbox Comedy Bureau High Times Magazine Weed Connoisseur Las Vegas Cannabis Marijuana Comedy Tour 2021, baby. Hummingbirds. We're here. We're out here. The Hummingbirds. That's our sports team. But yeah, so I got eliminated. And the thing is that bothered me the most. So the judges that the year I was on it were Keenan Ivory Wayans, Norm Macdonald, and Roseanne Barr. And the one that liked me the most was Roseanne Barr. So it really bothered me when people were like, yo, she's racist. I was like, I don't know about that, you guys. I don't want to have to change my bio now. You know, it's just a lot of work. Only so many compliments you get from a lady with an ABC sitcom. Another kind of like thing though about like, you know, sounding like this, we're going back to it. So I'm not as cool. Like, don't, this is a facade. I'm not that cool. Like if I like, I'll even show you guys. All right. If I take this virtual background down, this is it. I have a wall full of toys. This is the kind of adult life that I'm living. It's a sad reality, you guys. So that's why I need this virtual background. So people don't know the weird like I have the. If you were trying to lure a 12-year-old into an apartment, you would fill it with wrestling figures and Star Wars toys. And video games. That's like the life I live. I'm a child. But I've just never been like a cool black. You know, I can't do it. And like even in college, I remember that one time I was at this bar and I saw like this really cool black dude walk in. And he was like 6'9", whatever, fuck him for that. And then there was like this tiny little white lady at the bar, and he just walks up to her and he goes, "Hey, you want to fuck?" She goes, "Yeah," and they just left together. Like I'm assuming they didn't know each other. I didn't hear the backstory, but that's just what happened, right? And I was like, that's the craziest shit ever. I could never pull that off. Like the closest that I ever got to pulling something like that off was one time there was a girl at a bar, and she had coordinates tattooed on her shoulder blade, and I was like, I'm gonna ask her about her coordinates. That'll be a good opener. So I walked up to her and I go, "Hey, what's your tattoo mean?" She goes, "That's where my twin is buried." I was like, cool. All right, cool. Got it. Never talking to people again. That is a dunzo. Speaking of dunzo, I gotta wrap this up, but this has been fun. I'll tell you this, what I love about virtual comedy is you don't really get heckled as much. You don't have people who don't like you as much. And pre-pandemic, I performed in front of the biggest audience I ever had, which was 7,000 people. True story, you guys, 7,000 people. Thank you. Then 3 minutes later, I was booed by 7,000 people. Yeah. I was opening up for a man by the name of Cat Williams. You've probably heard of him.
Woo!
Yeah. And if you heard my set, not very Cat Williamsy. And every comic that went up before me was like, pussy dick, motherfucker, pussy dick. Motherfucker, pussy dick. Ever see a motherfucker with a dick and a pussy? Like, motherfucker, that's a dick and a pussy. And I was like, I have depression. And they were like, boo, we hate you. Now, this next part is 100% on me. I get upset by this, so I yell back out, don't get mad at me because you never met your fathers. Then they really hated me. They were like, boo, Black Lives Matter, except for that motherfucker right there. So afterwards, they're like, hey, man, Cat wants to talk to you. Like, oh, great, he's going to choke me on a World Star or something, right? So I go backstage, and he was actually really cool. He goes, don't even worry about it. That's just niggas. I was like, wow, thank you, buddy. And that's been my time, you guys. I've been Martin Morrow. Enjoy the rest of your evening in the show.
Give it up for Martin, everybody. Oh, man. So good. Martin, I do have over 50 hats and no baseball caps. So if you need a hat to get a snake, I got you.
Hell
I
yeah.
got you. I mean, I feel like you're almost there with the look, with the gold chain and the shirt and the background. You feel like you would run a terrarium.
That's the goal.
That is the goal. That is the goal. But thank you so much for joining us. And you know, I don't even have to say allegedly during your set because you were totally fine.
Yeah, no drugs in my system, correct.
Doing anything allegedly. On to our next comic. She is all the way from the Paris of the Midwest, Chicago. And you guys didn't know that? It's one of the coolest things about Chicago. She can be seen this Monday on Flappers Writers of Conan and Friends presents at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. Please give it up for Sarah Snyder, everybody.
Yay!
I am like Martin. I am also not a pussy dick comic. No pussies or dicks in this one. My first joke starts like this. Have you guys ever been to Wisconsin?
No.
No? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I've been to Wisconsin a lot, being from the Paris of Midwest. And I've never been to Portland, but I think Portland is probably like Wisconsin, but gay. Yeah, not enough people familiar with Wisconsin. I feel bad for you guys. I'm thinking I want to start an OnlyFans account where you can send me videos of your butt and I'll tell you if it looks good. I'm a recovered alcoholic. It's a good thing. Yes. Thank you. Things to clap for. Yeah. Which is definitely made doing stand-up in bars interesting. For the most part, I'm comfortable with it, though sometimes I'm not comfortable, and it can feel like my ex-boyfriend is at the bar too, but he's pretending not to notice me, and he's making out with everybody else. I'm like, it's cool. I'm just gonna be deep breathing in the corner here. But when I first, before I got sober, I was doing stand up in the suburbs of Chicago. And I have to say, the best place to be a drunk is the suburbs. Nothing counts out there. Nothing counts in the suburbs, you guys. I did a stand-up contest in Plainfield, Illinois, and I bombed because of my drinking. but it worked out perfectly fine because the winner won a dead pig in a body bag.
Yeah.
A clear body bag. It was. I'll never forget the image of them just carrying this dead pig around the bar. Yeah, I was like, I can't take that home, so last place is fine. You ever just ruin your own punchlines? But life before and after being sober for me is very, very different. Like, I used to be a bully, and now I only bully my friends. I also used to date guys who would get like expelled from school. And my boyfriend of 2 years now carried hand sanitizer with him always before COVID. He's a hand sanitizer freak, you guys. Okay, did you guys like all have colonoscopies today or something? No, whoever nobody is has definitely had a colonoscopy. My boyfriend turned 30 this year and he just had his first colonoscopy. And to cheer him up, I was like, hey man, this is your rite of passage into adulthood. This is your butt mitzvah. Nobody's nodding like, yeah. I am gonna leave you guys with this one. One of my favorite things to see is men cry. It gives me a lot of hope. It's like the best thing ever. Like whenever a man cries, a woman gets home safely. Okay, I still got time. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. Sometimes I wish that I could get the light in real life. Like someone, if someone can intervene when I've been on my phone on the toilet for half an hour, just like vigorously studying Kendall Jenner's Instagram. Just give me a light, you know? Like, you really lose track of time. Something I do not miss about being in person, besides most things, is like leaving a one-person bathroom stall after being in there for like 5 years and meeting eyes with the next person. It's just like, yeah, I've been here the whole time. I actually don't want to do anything in person ever again. Yeah. I also adopted a puppy this year. I don't know, Martin's, if yours was this year, but I got one in November. And now she's getting me to know my community, which I thought was just for Christians. I just didn't think getting involved in community was a thing, but I am finding out that my neighborhood is a really diverse group of white people. Just all different kinds of white people. Yeah. Thanks. Okay. I'm glad I kept going. This is proving to be worth it. Okay. One more minute. Oh, my boyfriend's gonna give me feedback about my jokes after this. He's not a comedian. I'm like, I went to comedy school. You're in school for psychology. I don't deserve this. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Thanks.
Hey,
Oh man.
give it up for Sarah, everybody.
Yeah.
Sarah Snyder. Thank you so much for joining us. I was wondering what kind of white people, like the different types of white people, or is just that all different type of white people look the same or seem the same?
I don't know. I've been trying to figure that out too.
It's okay. I have a white person for a dad, and it doesn't make any sense. I do like to see all the adoption going on, even though it's for dogs. Here's my pitch for just adopting dogs or people. It is green. It is green because we're already here. So you can save the environment that way if you want. On to our next comedian in this All-Star Showcase. Thank you so much for sticking with us. Also from the Paris of the Midwest, he has showcased for Stand Up NBC and performed for the U.S. Embassy. Not a lot of comics can say that. You can check out his album, Nick and Sheila's Kid, which debuted #1 on iTunes and Amazon. Please give a warm welcome to Priyatik Shrivastava, everybody.
Whoa! What's going on, Zoom Sphere? This is pretty good. Hopefully I'll get spotlighted at some point. Maybe you spotlighted the other brown person. It's fine. It's good to be here. Yeah, this has been fun. How about a hand for a host? Can we do that real quick? Yeah.
Woo!
This is cool. Give it up for our host. He's like so many different ethnicities rolled into one. I love it. Your outfit is so beautiful. I love it. It's like you're like a United Nations building rolled into one. I love it. This is so cool. And now I'm gonna make fun of my outfit because I can't just be making fun of other people's outfit and not make fun of this. I know I look like I do tech support for ZZ Top. Look at this fucking thing. Fucking beard and black jacket too. Like what the fuck is wrong with me? Like what am I doing? Like beard and black jacket. Like, not only am I, like, tech support for ZZ Top, like, I look like I could star in the Bollywood version of Uncut Gems. What the fuck is wrong with me, you guys, right? Okay, this is cool. I feel like I'm performing at a timeshare presentation right now. Like, you guys are here, you're present, but you're waiting for the free thing at the end. And it's coming, so don't worry. So, thank you for being here. Happy 420 week, all that good stuff. What? Yeah, that's all cool. I can't remember. I think I started smoking in college. That's always a good time. I went to a Catholic school, but their mascot was a demon, so not very religious, right? Like you're a Catholic school, but you have a mascot for a demon. What the fuck is going on there, you guys, right? So I went to the school, had this roommate named Jeremiah. He was kind of a weird dude. He leaves a present on my desk the day before winter break, and this present is a copy of the King James version of the Bible. Yeah. He didn't just get me. Thank you, delayed reaction. He didn't just get me the regular Bible. No. He got me the Blu-ray deluxe edition of the Bible. Am I right? Yeah. So I get this Bible, and I'm like, cool. I'm open to new things. I'm not closed-minded like most people, so I open up this Bible. And there is a Post-it note slapped on the inside cover of that Bible. And that Post-it note says, and I quote, Pratik, you're going to need this Bible more than I do. P.S. I hope you learn something. P.P.S. Don't burn in hell. Most aggressive Post-it note I've ever received. And I be receiving some Post-it notes in my day, okay? So I took this Bible home, and I did learn something. I learned that if you open up that Bible and cut a hole in that Bible, you could store weed in that Bible, y'all. And here's the real sad truth. I really don't even smoke weed. I just picked up a drug habit to fight religious bigotry. Am I right, you guys? Because not all heroes were capes. Some heroes wear socks with sandals and have back acne. That's me, Pratik, you guys. And I was telling that story in the great state of Indiana. Are we familiar with Indiana out there in the Zoom sphere? Yeah. I call Indiana the Chuck E. Cheese of racism. Yeah, it's where a bigot can be a bigot. Am I right, you guys? Yeah. So this man comes up to me after I tell that story, and he was like, "Hey, Pratik, you're making fun of the Bible. I bet you wouldn't joke about storing weed in the Quran, now would you?" And I was like, "Whoa, hold on here. First off, sir, we've never met before. How are you saying my name correctly right now?" But I looked at that Indiana man. I looked him right in the eyes. I made full eye contact with him, and I said, "You know what? I would not joke about storing weed in the Quran. I'm a joke about storing cocaine in the Quran. Store cocaine in the Quran, crystal meth in the Torah, and Molly in the Bhagavad Gita, you guys. Read to achieve a better high." Am I right, you guys? We know what's going on. I'm staying with my parents right now. They do not partake in weed, but they do drink. They are alcoholics, and I know this because I control the Instacart, you guys. Yeah, I'm not just one of these freeloaders at home. No, I pay bills when I stay home. I pay for the Instacart, and I know what my family orders every week. And you know what they order? You know what my traditional Indian parents order? 10 bottles of rosé. That's all they fucking drink, you guys. Yeah. My Indian parents are drinking rosé like a bachelorette party from Connecticut. What the fuck is going on? They be double fisting rosés. This is cool. I love my parents though. Big fan of my dad. My dad's really cool. My dad is a big fan of the American dream. Like, he loves the American dream so much that when I was 5 years old, he opened up a restaurant in small town Illinois. Now, my family's originally from India, so you would think naturally that my parents would open an Indian restaurant, right? No, not at all. They opened up a Mexican restaurant. Because that makes sense. Zoom Sphere at 7:54 p.m. Pacific time. No. They opened up this restaurant. It lasted 5 weeks, and I learned a lot in that 5 fucking weeks. I learned a lot. I learned a sad truth about good food, and that sad truth is, the more busted down the Mexican restaurant, the better the fucking food. Am I right? Oh, yeah. If you're again, thank you for delayed reaction. I appreciate that. If your favorite Mexican restaurant has stainless steel tables, it's probably Chipotle. Get the fuck out now. I don't want no E. coli burritos. No me gusta, por favor. I want a mom and pop Mexican restaurant. We're talking about a restaurant that has the Virgin Mary painting on every surface of its restaurant. We're talking about a restaurant that has a 3-year-old child running around the goddamn restaurant playing a broken Sony PSP. And I'm going to tip that child well. He's also my server for the evening. Because he's 3, but he's serving at a 5th grade level. He be working hard, y'all. And did I also mention there's also a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie playing on Telemundo in the background of the restaurant? And he's like, "Donde está la biblioteca usted?" Because you got to chop a bad guy in half. That's Action Movie 101. We know what the fuck is going on. I never worked at that Mexican restaurant, by the way. I stayed away from all that stuff. The only job I ever had was I worked as a teacher for a while. And by the way, can we give it up for our teachers, you guys? Can we do that in the last last minute that I have? Yeah, well, big ups to our teachers. I was actually a substitute history teacher on the south side of Chicago. You're welcome, Zoom Sphere. Thank you. Yeah. And this is what happened. I was subbing for a history class. I go into the history class in the south side of Chicago. I'm like, "Hey, class, pull out your textbooks. What was the last chapter you covered? And I shit you not, they pull out the tabloid magazine, People magazine. What the fuck? That's not a fucking textbook. That's not historical. Learning about Alec Baldwin beating up paparazzi is not U.S. history. Am I right, Zoom Sphere? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I made the class educational. I found a way to do it, all right? I channeled the energy of Michelle Pfeiffer from Dangerous Minds. I knew what the fuck I was doing. So I looked at that class. I grabbed one of the magazines and I found an article titled Sexiest Bad Boy Actors of All Time. And I was like, look, class, the sexiest bad boy actor of all time, according to People magazine, was Sean Penn. But I think not. So I looked at that class and said, sexiest bad boy actor of all time was John Wilkes Booth. And sure, Sean Penn, he's super liberal and he hates Republicans, Sean Penn. But do you know how much John Wilkes Booth hated Republicans? And they love that joke down by the Lincoln Memorial, all right? That joke assassinated down by the Lincoln Memorial. That joke also is great in theaters, by the way. It is mind-blowing how well that joke does. In the theaters! All right, I didn't take a breath during that set. Thank you guys so much. Bye-bye.
Pratik Srivastava, everybody. Oh my gosh, so good.
Good boy there, Pratik.
Yeah,
Thank you, Martin. Thank you, Jake. Thank you, everybody.
absolutely. My goodness, man, so good. I mean, God, I had like a snippy little comment to add to that, but I'm really stuck on John Wilkes Booth revealing himself as the most of all time. Tis true. Six Semper Tyrannis, I guess. Moving on to our penultimate comedian of this all-star showcase. She's coming from what might be the 51st state, if you read the news like I do. She's been a part of the Tim Northern Comedy Festival in Kentucky and the Lady Laughs Comedy Festival in Wisconsin. Please give it up for Hetty Sandberg, everybody.
Yes.
Woo! Thank you. Thanks for having me. Sorry I couldn't get the background, but I'm okay with that because you are also in my parents' basement with me. So that's fine. And thank you. I have artwork from Goodwill. So that's where you shop when you live in your parents' basement. Highly recommend for sure. Casey McNeil is definitely the hype person for everyone here. Thank you for being supportive of other comedians. That's awesome. Guys, the reason I'm in my parents' basement is because I got laid off during COVID. Did anyone get laid off? Anyone? I'm in gallery view. I don't care. Anyone? No? No? All right. Well, I used to work in the hotel industry for 4.5 years, and I was super cocky about that shit, right? I was like, I'm so fucking smart. Hotels never close. They're so necessary. I could go to anywhere in the world and I'll have a job because I work in hotels. And then just like my first herpes outbreak, COVID was like, what's up? Bet you didn't see this coming. And I was like, no, no, I didn't. So thank you for ruining my life. Thank you so much, COVID. You've been shitty. For 8.5 months, 8.5 months, I was without a job. And that's a long time to be unemployed when it's not your choice, okay? Like mentally, I was like, this is so awful. And then I started getting like unemployment checks and I was like, well, maybe it's not so bad. But like it was pretty terrible. I got a part-time job in December. I didn't even know what it was. I just said yes because they offered it. I was like, it's a KKK, like let's fucking do it. All right, I'm into it. And then actually just 3 weeks ago, they asked me to go full time. And I was like, fuck yeah, KKK, I love you. Let's do this thing. So it's not, guys, it's not the KKK. I don't know what I do is what I'm telling you. All I know is that I have PTO, a 401k and health insurance. So that's pretty great. I feel like now I can just like walk across the street without a care in the world, you know, just like the pre-COVID times we are all looking forward to. I'm super excited about that. I had this huge realization though. I was sitting at my desk on Monday and I was like online shopping as you do when you're at work. And I was like, oh my God, I am so far from achieving my goal of being a housewife. Like, have you guys ever like, looked at yourself and been like, you're such an idiot. I'm so disappointed in you. Like, that's how I've been feeling this whole week when I realized that. Because like I had plans, right? I had these huge plans to like hang out and relax. And for the past decade, I have been working and worrying about bills like a fucking idiot. So really not happy with who I am right now as a person. That's not the best. I want a husband. I need to get me one of those. Women get a little judgmental when you say these things though, right? Like I'll be like, yeah, I want to be a housewife. That's like my ultimate goal. And they're like, no, Hetty, you don't want to do that. You want is to have is to have a career, be independent, work in STEM. The fuck? I want to work in STEM. Are you kidding me? Like, you know what I really want to do? I want to take bar class in the middle of the day. I want to take that sexy 12 in the afternoon class. Who is taking those classes at 12 in the afternoon? That's what I want to do. And I want my husband to pay for it. Okay. Those are what you call hashtag goals. All right. That's what I want out of life. So looking for a husband. However, I know in order to get one of these husbands I want, you have to like date. Yeah, that requires effort. And if you guys aren't sure, I'm not into effort. Okay, no, thank you. In general, I prefer to date older men because they die sooner. I think that is my best piece of advice to give to the ladies. That's for you. Date the older ones. I prefer in general meeting men like out in the wild. So COVID again has been like super shitty for that. So I don't love dating apps. I've never liked them. They're just not for me. But every now and then I will go on a dating app just to make sure I still hate myself, right? Like we at rock bottom, let's swipe, let's do it, you know? In case you aren't sure, yeah, men should pay for the first few dates. Okay, that's what Casey just had lifted up when I said that. Yeah, Casey, take note. Okay, listen, you gotta pay for the first few dates, okay? Because like for me, honestly, it shows me that you're responsible. And I'm like, that's so fucking hot. Oh my God. I'm like, you got a job, you can do your own taxes, like you know how to budget, like you know. And I just described my father to a T. Okay, I'm aware of it. Therapist and I we're working on the daddy issues. We know about it, so we'll see what happens. But you gotta vet the men you date, ladies, right? You gotta vet them. If you're not, Sarah's like, fuck it, you got it. Men are not the best. Okay, I don't know who's telling men how to talk to women, but I'm pretty sure it's men just telling men, and it just doesn't work. Okay, it's the blind leading the blind is what I'm saying. Like I know any woman who's done a dating app, like you've had these crazy stories, you've had crazy things happen. Like, well, men message you the dumbest thing, right? Like, I don't know, they'll send you like poetry, and you're like, that's creepy and weird. Or they'll send you a joke, and you're like, that's not funny. Or they'll like send you their testicles, and you're like, ew, they're white. Like just awful things men should never send you. Okay, so vet the men you date. But I actually went on a date with this guy one time, and the bill came, and the waitress puts it on the table, and he goes, so how should we split this? And I said, you should split open your wallet. What the fuck is wrong with you? Yeah, so we're not together. I feel like this guy, he wanted an equal partnership. And that's not something I'm willing to do. So we're not doing that. I'm gonna leave you guys with this, okay? You can't tell because I'm a little box right now, but I'm super tall. I am 6'2". That's something I am very proud of. That's some good ass genetics. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, my parents are not proud of me, but I did get their height, so that's okay. I've heard a lot of stuff about me being so tall. Usually, all the time, it's from men. Like one time, I was called an 8-foot tall giraffe looking bitch. Say that's the best compliment I've ever received. I'm gonna just say that it was amazing. Really uplifted my spirit. But one time, I was actually outside of a bar, and this guy, he looks me up and down, and he goes, "You look like Kevin Durant." I was like, what? Are you trying to fuck me or play me one-on-one? What's happening here? And not to brag or anything, but he was. So we actually meet up every Monday night, play a little one-on-one together, and he's a great guy. Ronald is super awesome. And I encourage more men to approach me with their hoop dreams. Okay, that's what I would like. I'll make you great is what I'm saying. So that's my time. My name is Hetty. Jake, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Have a good day. Enjoy your comedians.
For Hetty, everybody.
Woo.
Oh my goodness. That reminds me of, well, the girl that broke up with me. I feel like we were pushing the envelope forward. That's what people say, the cutting edge. She refused to let me pay for anything.
She sounds awful.
I know. All I had to do was be okay with being called her princess, and I did not mind that. Yeah, because I'm that secure with me being a guy. I don't even like saying the word masculinity. It's been ruined forever. Give it up again for Hetty Sandberg, everybody. Yes, we are down to our final comic of the, let me see if I can get this all in one stretch, the Comedy Bureau All-Star Showcase for the Las Vegas 420 Cannabis Comedy Fest, presented by Rampantly. I only slipped up once. I'm so excited. Our last comic, you know, they say the South has charm and hospitality, but frankly, she just blows that to another whole level. She's a host for the Hot Breath Comedy Network in Atlanta, Georgia, a regular stand-up sketch and improv performer out of Shenanigans Theater in Huntsville, Alabama, and a performer and host out of the Stardome Comedy Club in Birmingham, and stand-up live in Huntsville and Laughing Skull in Atlanta, Georgia itself. Please give it up for Bobby Sutton.
Woo! Bobby! Bobby!
Good evening, guys and dolls. Fabulous 420 or what? Yeah. Oh, y'all, I've been celebrating all night. I'm afraid I've done a little too much. I can't find my dang glasses nowhere. I'm a little lost. So we're just going to get through this one together. But oh my gosh, I don't know why anybody's upset that we're celebrating this for a whole week. If all these little fools can celebrate their birthday for a week, why not we? Yes, let's celebrate something that God slapped its butt on this earth 3 days before he even met us. And had thoughts. That's all I'm saying, okay? Oh my gosh. Y'all, I am Bobby Sutton. I am your hot piece of white treasure. Stay at Trailer Home Mom. Hey, but before you judge me, my trailer's attached to cinder blocks, which means I can afford the above ground pool and the fancy tiny wines. Yeah, sucks to be you. Oh my gosh, yes. And y'all, I suggest that you use tiny wines because walking around with tiny wines is cute and precious. Walking around with that big old bottle is apparently a problem in church. Jeez. Yeah, but y'all don't have to like envy me because we have all had our struggles this year, haven't we? Oh my gosh, how about that COVID, y'all? Good Lord. You know what I got sick of real quick? Celebrities in their mansion crying on Twitter about, I'm in prison. I'm in prison. Yeah, honey, and Frank called. She said, suck it up, Buttercup. Oh my gosh. And 2020 and COVID made all of mankind, brought us Zoom. And Zoom turned us all into the human mullet. All business in the front. Party on my rear. That Tinkerbell on my butt. Got an expanding gut. It's COVID. It's COVID. Yeah, we just ate and hung out in our jammies while making big business deals. And woo, y'all, I had a whole circle of life. This is a true story. No, this is a lie. I had a circle of life situation happen to me during COVID. Oh my Lord, y'all, look at this. Can you see? Hold on. Might have to turn off my background. You see that? That is me in 1989 holding one of the Tiger King's cubs. I shit you not.
What?
Yeah. Yes. He let me play with 4 or 5 of these cubs, and then he let me hang out with the big cat, and he said, girl, you so good with these big cats, you need to come work for me. Y'all, he had the same haircut and everything. That's how I knew it was him. Well, you know, obviously I didn't go work for him. I still got all my appendages, and my husband's still alive. Yeah, he's still alive. But, you know, COVID brought a lot of death my way. I lost 6, 7 family and friends to COVID. And it really got me realizing a hard truth about death, y'all. It's a friggin' scam. It costs, oh my gosh, the stuff they can just talk you into to get your ass off this earth. You can have yourself turned into diamonds. Yeah, hell no. I ain't taking out more insurance because I'm afraid somebody might steal grandma. You know, or what about what that jewelry becomes in further generations? I do not want to have to be sitting on a cloud watching my great-great-granddaughter get cowboy ugly jello shots off of me. You know, my husband found where you could take your tattoo off your body and mount it on velvet like an Elvis painting. Put it on your wall. I said, hell no. Ain't nobody moving my Elvis painting. My husband and I decided on cremation and a lovely matching set of Walmart bags. We want our kids. Yeah. We're going to have our kids take all that money they would have been grifted on a funeral, go down to Panama City Beach, Florida, and get one of them party boats. And then, you know, take our ashes and throw them over their shoulder for luck. Yeah, it ain't for nothing. It's just going to be windy on that boat. We're going to blow back all up on them. And then my kids are going to be able to say, dang, Mom is dead and that bitch is still all up my ass. Oh, man. Our landlord died, and his son has us doing our own version of Get Out, and we're trying to buy a house. I've come convinced that we're being drugged to hell through some random open house, y'all. This place, oh my gosh, I feel so sorry for realtors in today's market because these poor people have to sell in a seller's market. And that just shouldn't be a thing because it doesn't matter how much glitter you put on a turd, it's still a turd. Oh my gosh. When I got to one house, the family was all there in the house. Grandpa was literally dying on oxygen. The family was there. A priest was there, y'all. And they went, oh no, go ahead, look through the house, look through the bedroom. And I heard somebody say, Jane, follow them. She might steal something. What? How did she know I steal stuff? You know, but I was told that I needed to put this one on a PowerPoint presentation because these are the properties that someone in my property value or what I can afford.
Open this door. Yes, there's a door right here with the lock, but we won't say that. And then you look down here, and she's got pictures after this because there's stairs that go down into this room.
Here's the problem. You can't see this down there, and I'll send you a shot.
This is the room, y'all.
Okay, notice the handcuff bar that runs the whole expanse of the room.
Who?
Yes. This would be a Ted Bundy bungalow. This is a Jeffrey Dahmer delight. This is John Wayne Gacy Amazing. And this house will list as a quaint one-story farmhouse with quiet, secret spaces. Thank you so much, Rampantly, for inviting me. Oh my gosh. Thank y'all so much. Thank you, Jake, for considering me. I appreciate it to the colon of my soul. Thank you, Richard. Thank you, Jolie, for popping my festival comedy cherry. They held my hand the whole way. They were so gentle. It was wonderful. God bless you all. Thank y'all. Angels on you.
Woo! Happy Sutton, everybody. Thank you so much. And thank you to the room that was obviously in both Seven and Saw. Man, what a place. What a place. Well, that was the Comedy Bureau All-Star Showcase for the Las Vegas 420 Cannabis Comedy Fest presented by Rampantly. I knew I would get it right at the end. Did you have a good time? Let me hear you.
Yeah.
Thank you again. I am the Comedy Bureau. The Comedy Bureau, if you don't know, honestly, at this point, it'd be weird because I've been doing it a decade. It's everything you need to know comedy resource that was specifically for LA, but virtually it's been for everybody everywhere. I have mics running listed from like Japan to the UK and everywhere in between. But I want to thank Rampantly, Julie, Rich, and this whole community for letting me be a part of this, and I'm very thankful. So that is just going to be it for the show, and I'm now going to kick it over to the Rampantly's ringleader, Jolie.